Well, good evening and welcome to Griffin Park for Under 21 Professional Development League. It's Brentford against Swansea City, and it's Mark Burridge here with Kieran Brett. Good evening, Kieran.
Good evening, Mark.
We're expecting a fairly small crowd here tonight. It's pouring with rain at the moment. The pitch is holding up fairly well, but I would imagine it's going to be tricky conditions out there, Kieran.
Yes, it will be, Mark, and especially with two ball-playing sides out there as well. Could be some very interesting slick conditions, I think would be the words to use.
Well, it's an interesting game earlier in the season. We played Swansea and lost 4-1, so looking for revenge here tonight. A quality team. They're favourites to win here, Swansea, but the Brentford team gave a great account of themselves against their local rivals, Queen's Park Rangers. Nice 4-1 win earlier in the week, so they'll be full of confidence, Kieran.
They will be. Three wins on the bounce, having won one of their first 10. I think that's the big difference you're seeing in the last few weeks for the development squad is that confidence that Lee Carsley and a few wins are bringing in. And the game down in Swansea, in conditions actually not too dissimilar to tonight, to be honest, where it was two standout performances from John Joe Shelby and Mo Barrow, really, that changed the game down there for Swansea.
Raining in Wales, who'd ever believe it? Well, it's raining heavier and heavier here. I don't think it's going to be a particularly good evening. It's meant to stop and start throughout the evening, but let's give you the two teams first of all. Richard Lee in goal for Brentford. Left back is Aaron Green. Right back Josh Clark. Rafa Calvert and Daniel Shaughnessy are the centre backs. Then Josh Laurent and Marcus Tabar sit just ahead of the back four. Courtney Senior on the right. Emmanuel Oyeleke on the left. Jermaine Udamaga, 2 goals on Tuesday. And up front is Nick Proswich. On the bench for Brentford, James Ferry, Harry, Bradley Clayton and Kujan Marsh-Brown and Grady Millenge. Now for Swansea City, in goal Oliver Davis. On the left back position is Raheem Hanley. On the right back position Connor Roberts. Giancarlo Galifugo is the centre back along with Stephen Kinsley. Josh Sheehan and Adam King just ahead of the back four. And then they play what could be regarded as a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-2-1-2-1. Henry Jones will be slightly behind James Loveridge on the right and Kenji Gore on the left. Up front will be Owen Jones, Alex Samuel, Gregor Zabret, Alex Gokic, Adnan Maric and James Demetriou are on the bench. So, as we're expecting probably a very small crowd, you can imagine if people knew it was being streamed, you wouldn't blame them for staying in tonight, Kieran.
I think as the head of media said the other day, a couple of minutes ago, if you were sitting in the Griffin, you wouldn't leave right now.
No, you probably wouldn't. You'd be worrying about the rain clearing, and you might be into your second pint, and you think, I tell you what, I'll stay here, and if I can pick it up on the stream, I'll do that. It really has been poor. It's just abating a little bit at the moment, but I will say the pitch is holding up well. There's a few little bits of surface water. 1 or 2 puddles may develop through the evening, but I think there'll be some shots from distance. Be very difficult for goalkeepers tonight. I think everybody will be encouraged to shoot from a long way out, and should be some nice sliding tackles. And I would think any knee goal celebrations. I know they don't really celebrate goals in development games, but if there was, I think we could see a new record. I would imagine 40-50 yards is up for grabs tonight.
I think 40-50 yards then chased by Nick the Groundsman with his pitchfork for putting two big lines in his pitch.
Absolutely. Well, of course, the first team is at Charlton tomorrow. You can pick them up on Bees Player. Natalie Sawyers, I'm pleased to say, is joining us. And, of course, we're back here next week for the game against Bournemouth, right up the top of the league. It's changing every week up there at the moment. Very exciting. Been a difficult week, of course, for the club, but in a very good position to cement a playoff place, 6th place at the moment, all to play for still, Kieran. Whatever's going on behind the scenes, they're a fantastic squad. They've got a brilliant manager, very tight knit. It's no time to be giving up on them.
No, not at all. And tomorrow's game, obviously down at Charlton. 1,000 down there for a FA Cup fifth round tie.
Sam Sodgy scored for a 3-1 loss.
But I know that there's potential for a few protests planned down at Charlton tomorrow, because I believe their owner is going to be, Du Châtelet is going to be there tomorrow. So there's a few whispers flying around in the cyber world that there's a fans protest planned for just before half time, or should we take the lead. So it could be an interesting afternoon down there as a home fan especially.
Well, we could do with some help. The more disgruntled they are, the better. Of course, there will be no Jake Bidwell sent off here in the week, but hopefully there'll be a full squad. James Tarkowski, we know, is he's struggling with the injury, but there's no Alan McCormack out here tonight, so you would hope he's going to be in the squad for tomorrow.
You would hope Alan would be able to come back and help fill that void that obviously Jake's going to leave for next 3 games. Yeah,
and the great thing about Alan McCormack, the angriest man in football, as Sam Saunders called him on Soccer AM in the Crossbar Challenge, I've said very tongue-in-cheek, but he brings you that great bite out there in the team, and he'll, if it's a tough game, he gets in the face of the officials. And you know, I wonder sometimes if we're a little bit too nice to see other clubs doing that. And you're proud of the team, the way they play that. No rolling around. Wouldn't have done what the Mexican for Watford did the other night. You know, meant to be fouled on one leg, grabbing the other. Didn't realise he got that wrong. You don't see that from Brentford, and credit to them. But that's enough about the first team. If you can't get there tomorrow, please do join us on Bees Player if you can. We're set here for what should be an entertaining game this evening between two good footballing teams. And it's going to be Brentford kicking towards the Brook Road end in the first half. They don't bring many away, Kieran.
No, they don't for a Friday night in West London. It's surprising.
Yeah, we are underway. Swansea, obviously all in white tonight. Ball headed forward up towards Proswich. Proswich looking to impress here and look to stake a claim back in the team. But it's Swansea breaking forward on the far side. Shot comes in. Good parry there by Richard Lee, and it's cleared upfield. Good shot came in from Owen Jones there. Bright start. Looks pacey.
He is. He's one of their under-18s. He actually scored against our under-18s last Saturday morning. Swansea's under-18s play a very similar system to how they've set up here tonight with the 3 up front, and he played the centre part of that. And I say Swansea's under-18s, the pace they have up front is frightening, and it looks already like they're fairly quick up top here again tonight.
They are moving quickly. Connor Roberts got a chance to cross the ball into the box. Brentford under pressure here early. Do manage to get it clear. There's Proswich. Can't get the ball clear. Swansea picking up, looking sharp at the start of the game here. Adam King spreads it wide. Another shot comes in, and Richard Lee does well. Parries that, rolls it out quickly. Here's Oaliki.
That's what you mentioned about as his shots from distance, get him skidding off the turf early. I say good couple of opening minutes there for Richard. Well, good parry at his near post, and then a good hand in there to save that shot as well.
Swansea in just the first couple of minutes do look impressive. Now as Brentford breaking through it, that looks like a foul there. Right on the edge of the box, given away by Josh Sheehan. Interesting position here, talking about shots from a distance.
This is where you really just want it to jump up or skip up right just in front of the keeper, and hopefully have Nick or Manny, or it looks like Daniel O'Shaughnessy is going up as well, just following up. Jermaine over the balls, and 6 goals in his last 7 games. He's a really good run of form, Jermaine, at the moment.
He'll be confident. He'll go from goal from here, you would think. And takes a deflection, goes behind, comes off Henry Jones. First corner of the game. Good end-to-end stuff.
Yeah, it's been a very, very bright, lively opening first 3 or 4 minutes. You can see already both sides looking to get the ball down and play, and I think that obviously the pitch does look a bit damp in places, but I think that will only suit both sides, getting the ball zipping off the pitch, and both sides will look to have wide players very wide and make the pitch as big as possible.
Brentford with the first corner of the evening. Calvert staying back, but O'Shaughnessy's gone up. It's cleared by Kinsley for Swansea out to the far side. Brentford keep the ball in play, or do they? No, it's just gone
I think
Yeah, they have actually kept it in. There's just an injury there.
I think the centre back might have got a little clip from Daniel as he went to head that the Scottish under-19 international.
Oh, the rain stopped for a moment, but you can see the pitch is taking a bit of punishment already. Just ahead of this penalty area on the left-hand side, the Brook Road side, it's cutting up, and down here on the right, just ahead of where the dugouts used to be, there is some surface water there.
It's the two traditional areas where the pitch tends to cut up a bit, especially when it gets wet. I mean, remember the games last season, it was Bristol City and Gillingham in the space of 72 hours where...
You know who the referee was for Gillingham?
I do not.
Keith Strauss. And he gave us a penalty.
Must have been his birthday or something.
Doesn't happen every night. Well, we're just continuing with this break in play. I think it's Stephen Kinsley down there, the number 5. Looks in a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, I say it looked like he headed it clear and then instantly went to feel the top of his head as if he completely mistimed the header, or whether he got a stray boot or a stray elbow or a stray stud as he just went to clear. I'm not sure.
A bit of a hold up here at the start of the game. Brentford just playing keep ball in the middle. So we'll just remind you again, if you're just turning on, if you just got home from work and you're just joining us for the evening, thanks for your company. We're looking forward to tomorrow at Charlton at the Valley. Big game for Brentford. After the week we've had, Kieran, we really could do with bouncing back and giving a tonic for the fans. You know, the message boards, social media. You've seen it. You're on the social media here. It's confusion for the Brentford fans.
I think confusion is the main word. I think that's the key word about all this. And I think for the players and the coaching staff as well, I think they're just looking forward to tomorrow to, you know, that they get into a routine. They get up, they go to breakfast, they go to the ground. Everything becomes routine again, and it is almost they're back in their area. Nothing outside that is has
back
happened.
in their bubble.
Yeah.
And that's I think all the fans are looking forward to getting there for the day, and you know, just having a good old shout and a sing-song and forgetting everything else.
The numbers for tomorrow, again, just as someone who's seen this for a few years, the support of the fans is incredible again. After you think of taking 3,000 to Brighton a month ago, you've got Norwich and Leeds, which were both very expensive days out for the fans. You've had a fair few home games in there as well, and again, 2,000 down to Charlton tomorrow is no mean effort, no mean feat at all by the fans.
Well,
and I know for a fact that the team and Wolves especially, that they come out and say it, but they do appreciate the fan support an incredible amount.
Well, they're very, very good. The fans appreciate what the players do, and the good news is whenever we see the press afterwards, when the players are giving interviews, they always mention it on Twitter as well. You know, fans were good today. And I have to say, Kieran, we're often on the other side of where the fans are at away games. You know, if we take 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, invariably they out-sing the home crowd. I mean, at Norwich, you know, in what is a magnificent stadium there, all you could hear the last 20 minutes were the Brentford fans, and they are absolutely fantastic fans to be proud of. And of course, as we've got a bit of a break here, so we can carry on talking about tomorrow, waiting for the running repairs there for Stephen Kinsley for Swansea early on here. We can just say that, you know, it's so vital for everybody at the club. I mean, everybody knows this. We're not going to preach to them. We're not going to tell anybody what to do. We all will stick together. I'm sure things in time will become apparent, and like everything in life, Kieran, I guess that they will work out whatever way they do. It's just it stunned the fans, absolutely stunned the fans, and
I think it wouldn't be an overestimate to say it was the ultimate bolt out of the blue.
Yes.
Absolutely. And that I think that's one of the main things as well about it. It just came out of nowhere, all this speculation.
Well, last week on the way home, I think Mick Cabell and I Mick was our summariser last week. We're actually saying, well, if this is as good as it gets, we'll enjoy this. But what can go wrong? And we were speculating on everything. And the headline in the Times, or not the headline, but the speculation in the Times was certainly not what we were thinking. Anyway, we should be back in play now. There's quite a long break there for
Yeah,
Stephen
it's
Kinsley.
good 4 or 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
Looks like he might have been stitched up, possibly, judging by the people crowding over him.
Yeah, they're going to take their time. He's got medical staff there with him. They won't rush him back on. So at the moment, Brentford are a man to the good.
You hope that doesn't take the sting out of the game, because it was a very good opening 5 minutes just before the delay.
Absolutely, yeah. Both teams fizzing the ball about on a tricky pitch. Good save by Richard Lee early on. He's often been sitting in your position, Kieran, for home games recently for the Bees. And I think he called that great assist from David Button straight away for Andre Gray the other night.
Absolutely fantastic assist. The vision. You see him look up. You see him. You know exactly where he wants to put the ball, and he lands it to the centimetre where he wanted to put it.
Yeah, it was. He sort of seen it as it went into the advertising hoarding. Just spun the ball quickly so it could release it. Now, this is promising from Brentford. Just given away there by Umaga. So that'll be Richard Lee's. Rolled out quickly to Cowett.
You can see already whether it's the fact they're down to 10 at the moment, but Swansea's two wide players as soon as Brentford get the ball, are dropping straight back. I presume when the centre back comes back on, they'll continue that. And basically out of possession, they are a 4-1-4-1. In possession, those two wide players with their pace are going to look to bomb on and really try and make it a 3 up front.
Well, he should be coming back on in a second. It's been a long break off for Stephen Kinsley. We've been debating about his participation in the rest of the game. Aaron Green was free on the left here. Shot's going to come in from a long way out. Worth a try there. Not a bad one from Daniel O'Shaughnessy. Didn't quite get enough of it. Got a bit of the ground first. That's where you could catch the keepers out tonight.
And it's good to see as well, Nick Prosperitz, like all strikers should, was following that in if it did bobble off.
His Loveridge. Very pacey, he looked early on. Nice little run down the right-hand side by Henry Jones. Tried a little back flick, didn't quite come off. It's Brentford's throw. Green with it, deep inside his own half.
He's Aaron has grown a lot, I say, as the season went on. And coming from playing for Chelmsford City in the Conference South last year as a left winger, joined us, and obviously with the club's philosophy of attacking from fullbacks, he was pushed back to left back, but he's really started to come into his own in the last few weeks at left back.
Was impressed by him in the one game I saw here against Huddersfield, the land of the giants.
Yeah.
I would imagine that team's probably grown another couple of inches each player by now.
I think there could be a couple in the Guinness Book of Records if they have grown a couple of inches.
They've got to be, I think the most mature looking 17, 18, 19-year-olds I've ever seen in my life in that team. It's Swansea playing it around at the back. Josh Sheehan trying to get on the ball as much as he can. A good ball break through the midfield, trying to beat the offside trap. King can't quite get to it.
You can see in the build-up to that move just how much space Loveridge had on this right-hand side. It was probably about 35 yards of space right out on the touchline. So say Swansea looking to make the pitch as big as possible with those two wide players.
Well, they've been playing some excellent football since the Martinez days, really. And Loveridge will be found here on the right-hand side. A lot of space for him. He's going to take on Green.
That's well played.
Good challenge. Very good challenge. And Green's played against Loveridge and wins the throw as well.
I say you can see Swansea, one of those sides who the progression that I know that they want to instill here, from Martinez through to Rodgers through to Laudrup and now with Monk, is that you see their under-18s, their under-21s play exactly the same way, and obviously that helps then if you're stepping up, you know exactly what you want to do.
Throw for Green. Proswich just allows it to run. The German going to close down the keeper, Oliver Davis. That's an offside flag's gone up there, but on the far side, well, They were intimating it was offside. Nothing's been given. We're allowed to play on. There's Tabor. They do look a little bit quicker to the ball at the moment, Kieran, Swansea.
Look a touch sharper.
Yeah. Here's Calvert coming forward. Good run by Calvert. Not the best ball on the right-hand side. Trying to find Courtney Senior.
You wonder whether the fact that that we played Tuesday and Swansea haven't had a game since last week, whether that possibly might have a bearing later on. But you say, I mean, the fitness of these boys now, you think they could quite comfortably handle a couple of games in.
Oh, he was nearly close down there. The keeper nearly caught out. Great pace by Udamanga. There's Roberts. Galafuco, good ball out to the far side and well controlled there. Oh, lovely skills on that far side. Chance for Swansea, got Loveridge over on the far post. Can't quite get the ball in, but the speed there on the far side for Swansea. Raheem Hanley.
Well, especially as they're up against Josh Clark and Courtney Senior, who probably two of the quickest.
Josh Clark's very quick.
Well, and Courtney as well, probably two of the three quickest players in the entire club, let alone just in the under-21s.
There's another Raheem with pace. We know the Raheem Sterling of this world, of course. What a great success story he's been. Local lad, we missed out on him.
Yeah, he's started his career at QPR, was playing with their under-18s, age 13.
Good interception there by Green. Diffuses another attack. They're trying to find Loveridge on this right-hand side. Broadswitch looking to close down Davis. Kenji Gore is chasing down her ball. Back to Richard Lees. Trying a little cushion pass. Picked us off again. Loveridge at the far post. Ball played inside. Oh, nice skills by Swansea, but good defending by Brentford, and Brentford can bring it away, and they'll look to break quickly, but not the best control by Udamanga there.
It's a shame there, because if you could have got it under control, you had Nick over on the right-hand side and Manny making a good run down here on the left.
I've been impressed by the start from Swansea here. We've had effectively about 13 minutes of play, Kieran, because we had about a 4-minute stop for the number 5 for Swansea, Stephen Kingsley. He's back on now, doesn't seem to be suffering any after effects.
No, you can see with the start Swansea's made. I mean, they're unbeaten in the last 14 games, I think it is, in all competitions. A side that they're going out there expecting to win, and they're imposing themselves on the game early. And I mean, we've won our last 3 in the league fairly convincingly as well. So I mean, it's a good start from them to kind of put us under pressure straight away.
Great skills again by Josh Sheehan. He's been impressive. He's running the show in the midfield for Swansea at the moment. He's Loveridge playing the ball inside. Tries to play it through to Connor Roberts, but a little bit too heavy on this pitch. Richard Lee looks to get Brentford going again. Josh Laurent on the ball. Here is Manuel Oaliki. People forget that he's had first team appearances with Oaliki.
He's had a few, actually. He's had more than... He's probably had 5 or 6 by now, I'd say.
Good defending again by Swansea, and they look to break quickly. Ball's played down that left-hand side. He will keep this in, but can only give the ball away for a throw. But great pace again. Very, very quick.
I think about 25 yards out from that, Rafa gave up, saying that's going out, and all of a sudden Jones goes flying past him and keeps it in. Right. Doesn't appear to be anyone in the new row giving balls back. So I think we've got a multi-ball system from the 4th official going on here.
It's all going to be a little bit slow getting the ball back tonight. Chance to clear. O'Shaughnessy goes long. Galafuco just plays it wide, and it's back with Oliver Davis in goal for Swansea. Playing it out nicely from the back once again. Good block in the midfield. Now here's O'Shaughnessy. Nice ball to Tabar. Tabar's been the sort of forgotten man of Brentford. He was flying in the friendlies earlier this season. Hasn't had too many opportunities. Been injured as well.
I think his injuries came at exactly the wrong time.
Yeah.
They allowed Toumani into the side, and since Toumani's got in, I mean,
Talk about a man who's stamped his authority on a place.
You'd have to be in unbelievable form, I think,
Yeah.
to displace Toumani at the moment.
He's without doubt the most improved player we've seen at Brentford, I think, in the season. For, not for a youngster.
No,
For an experienced player, the way he's improved this season since that terrific performance against Derby, which we didn't think he repeats, and now he does it week in, week out, which is fantastic. Good play there by Proswich. Brentford got bodies in the box. Here comes to Proswich. Now a leak. He goes for the top corner. About 2 yards wide. There was a chance there. Best chance of the game so far, Kieran.
Definitely, and you can see again with conditions that the Swansea defenders were trying to turn and get out to the ball, but just couldn't get purchase on the pitch. And I say it's those kind of balls in behind defenders where they got to turn. That's where you could get your joy tonight, with defenders slipping and the conditions playing their part.
Sorry, you were saying about Toumani.
I think Chris Wickham was saying he reached 200 games for us a couple of weeks ago.
At Leeds, yeah.
I think he's approaching 400 professional games already. For a man who's 26 or 27, he could end up with a hell of a lot of first team football.
Here's Green on the left hand side, gets it back from Proswich. Tries to cross into the box. Good block comes in, and Swansea just about managed to clear, but only as far as the edge of the box. Good block by Green. Ball fizzed inside.
You could just see how much that ball held up down in that corner there.
Brentford got a man over Clarks on that right-hand side. Gets it from Courtney Senior. Good ball into the box. Whip it in low. That'll be the instructions. He rises high there. Fair challenge comes in from Courtney Senior. And, of course, Senior's he's made his league debut for Wickham, coming on against Plymouth.
Yes, I think it was Saturday made his debut. Be interesting to see how that spell out on loan in the Football League has affected him, or what extra he brings back now he's back with us.
Well, Gareth Ainsworth would like him back there. Ball cleared by Stephen Kingsley. Good spell of pressure here from Brentford. The ball's played back to Richard Lee.
Because obviously Courtney only been 17, is also eligible obviously to play for the youth team. Are currently top of the league as well. So
here's a chance for Proswich on his right foot. What a shot, just wide. That would have been spectacular.
But again, that's good forward play. One touch finish is what you'd like to see a bit more of from Nick in all positions.
We are the other side of the cameras and the ground now. It wasn't too long ago. The cameras were just here 3 seasons ago. We used to get the same angle, and it's amazing, Kieran, when you do see commentary from the other side, how things do look very different from the other. When I went home the other night, I thought it was a definite penalty with Jonathan Douglas from here. It looked this side, and we all agree with that. Searched a couple of people on the way home. They said, "Oh no, I don't think it was a penalty." And it's just where you see, and that's where you do have some sympathy for referees.
Yes.
They don't always see things from the angles that you particularly if you're sitting in your armchair and you've got all the benefit of the different camera angles and the best camera angles. So they have a tough job. Now there's a shocking back pass, chance for Proswich, should have scored, but Brentford can still take the lead, and a good block there, back by Henry Jones. Proswich should have scored.
Sloppy defending, really sloppy defending there by Swansea. Good alert play by Nick. Good sprawling save by the goalkeeper. Came out to Jermaine on the edge of the box, and you can see what he's trying to do. Keep it low, just bend it into a corner. But a really excellent block just on the edge of his 6-yard box by one of the Swansea defenders.
Yeah, Demanga had an opportunity there as well. Good block by Henry Jones. Back defending.
It's a good solid Welsh name for you there.
Yeah, there's 2 Jones on the pitch, and we've got a Davis in goal, of course. You've got to have a Davis when you have a Welsh team. Oh, we got the ball back eventually. This is Brentford's second of the game. Ball played inside, it's headed away. Loveridge, nice little touch. Swansea play their way out of trouble nicely, but that's gone over the dead ball line here. Oh, some choice language there. Sorry if you're picking that up.
I'm not sure what Not sure what he's on about. It was about a foot over the touchline.
Maybe we don't hear this language when there's a big crowd here, but
no.
you pick up everything when. So yeah, apologies for that.
It is one of the interesting things about watching under-21s football, when you can hear the shouts of the players and the referees on the pitch. You get a good appreciation of what referees are saying to players out there, and obviously what players are saying to each other.
Good skills by Oliki. Lovely run. Still going for it. I think that Davies is going to come out. He's just going to be able to pick that one up. Good run there by Manny, but he really needs some good performances to get his career going to the next level, Kieran. He'll know it very well that a player who's had first team appearances 3 seasons ago, he'd be looking to knock on the door for the squad by now. Yeah, and especially as he's obviously with these under-21s games, you're allowed to play a certain number of overage players, and now Manny qualifies as one of those overage players, so he's out of contract at the end of the season. He really needs to impress to sort something for next year. It's Gore. It's beaten to it by Calvert. Calvert, impressive when he gets the ball forward. Not trying to get a good run going from midfield. He's done well as the furthest man up there at the moment. Proswich plays the ball and Calvert goes for it. He's been run by the Frenchman. Yeah, he's been used in the centre of midfield by Lee Carsey a couple of times in recent weeks, and you can see he's very comfortable on the ball. And I think he's, I know speaking to him after the, I think it was the Crystal Palace, the Crystal Palace game. So where he said he really does enjoy that midfield role, because he feels as a footballer he's got enough about him. Chance here for Swansea to open the scoring at the far post. Good blocking there from Brentford. I think it was Tabar who get across to get his body in the way. Couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet. Good cross into the box. The Loveridge on the far post. Comes back inside. No one there for Swansea. And Brentford managed to get the goal kick out of that. This game's got goals in it, that's for sure. I think it's definitely got goals. Definitely got goals. Don't get too many 0-0s in development games. No, nor in youth teams. No, I think Brentford have scored. I think it's 11 in their last 4, and Swansea have scored just the 38 this season. So it's a fair amount of goals to be had tonight, you'd say. So where do the teams lie in the league that they play? How does it all work? Swansea are league leaders. They're unbeaten in their last 13 in league and cup. They're level on points with great neighbours Cardiff, but Cardiff have got a game in hand. And I say after 3 straight wins, Brentford have now moved up to 4th from bottom, and a win tonight will move them above Charlton up to mid-table, which for a side that was virtually cut adrift 4 games ago is no mean feat at all. Here's Umunga. This is promising. Will he try a shot? He's got players over. Here's Green. Good ball across the box. Oh, it so nearly came back to Oliki. Just touched his foot just before he could sort his feet out. He couldn't get enough purchase on it to turn it goalwards, but got enough purchase on it to put it out for a goal kick. Instead of going for a corner. Great ball by Green. That's the right one to play across the box in these sort of conditions. It can cause confusion. You can get an own goal off one of the Swansea players, or even better than that, playing a good ball into a player coming in. It didn't quite come off, but it was the right idea. And the Tuesday night's win over Crystal Palace at QPR, so the second goal, Aaron in that exact position, lovely ball in across that corridor of uncertainty, as they call it, and Bettino was there just to poke it home. Like I say, is that you can see with Aaron that he's someone who has played a lot further, a lot higher up the pitch in his past. He does love that forward role. No goals so far. If you're just joining us, chances at both ends. Both teams playing good football. It's an entertaining game, you have to say, Kieran. It has been a very, very, very lively game, and I say the conditions have helped slightly in the sense that the defenders are a bit slower on the turn because of conditions. The ball's obviously zipping off the pitch, but you can see both sides are playing lovely football along the floor. They're looking for attacking forward runners, looking to use the width of the pitch. So it bodes for an entertaining game this evening. It's a little bit too heavy. into the New Road crowd. Fortunately, it bounced back, so we don't have to wait 10 minutes for a new ball.
At some stage during this half, they're going to run out of balls. And you're going to have a ball collection, I think, in the New Road stand.
Kieran, there were days here when we couldn't afford it. We'd have had to wait until the sports shop down the road opened the next morning. Things are a bit different now, fortunately. Here's Oliver Davis. Plays out to the left-hand side. Confident with his distribution. That's one thing you notice in football these days, Kieran. The goalkeepers, it's so important that they are footballers now.
Oh,
It's not shot stopping. I mean, it's something that ruined Benstead's career. He was a brilliant shot stopper, but when the rule changed about back passes, he was all over the place because he wasn't a footballer.
No, you can say with Tuesday night's goal with David, and a number of times this season with David Button, and even Jack Bonham when he's played a couple of games this season, you can see how confident they are with the ball at their feet. They are in essence an 11th outfield player now. The majority of goalkeepers who play in the professional level.
He's Gore on the far side. Just teasing inside the box, quick feet. Back to Sheehan. Now to Connor Roberts. Got to have a Roberts in a Welsh side as well, Kieran.
They're ticking all the boxes, so to speak, of
Welsh teams. Here's Loveridge. Lovely little drop of the shoulder. And everything was right there apart from the cross at the end.
Might have gone out for a throw-in. It has gone out for a throw-in.
Yeah, not the best cross there from Roberts.
I think with the Six Nations going on at the moment, that what you call a kick for territory.
Yeah, that was. They'd be applauding that in rugby. A line out, a yard from the corner flag.
So hopefully tonight's game will have the same result as the rugby last Saturday with an English win.
Consecutive Fridays, England-Wales. Yeah, England winning in Cardiff last week. Good performance, and they're at home against Twickenham tomorrow, aren't they, against Ireland? So fortunately it's not when there's a Brentford home match. That always causes problems here. Great take there, lovely skills by Onamanga. Now his Oiliki plays it down the line to Green. Green chance to cross it. Tried to evade the sliding tackle that was coming in. It was the right idea. Wasn't quite the best pass from Oiliki. Just asked too much of Green. Oiliki wins the ball back though. Good skills. Finds Tabar. Tabar out of his feet nicely. Here's Josh Laurent. Good skills. Lovely little step over. Oiliki back here on the left wing. Going to take both players on. Yeah, it's gone behind for Brentford's third corner of the evening.
Such an effortless drop of the shoulder there by Josh. Really, very, very good footballer, Josh, since he's come in from QPR.
And Jermaine Udamanga, what a lovely the way he killed the ball in the midfield there, took the sting out of it, and it was as if it was glued to his feet. Very impressive.
So he
looks a talent.
You just look at the technical level of the boys out here, and it's so high.
Along the deck this time, touched by Proswich. There's a handball there by Green. Lovely little skills again. What a turn. Oh, and all the tricks coming out here. Now this is promising. Shot comes in from Senior. But now they can break. And they've got the pace. Gore. Got a lovely ball inside. Alan King with a shot. Great tip over by Richard Lee. Second corner of the game for Swansea. Good play there. Broke quickly.
It was good play by both sides, actually. It was a really good little interchange in the midfield there from Brentford. And obviously Swansea using that pace they've got up front, breaking quickly. And I say a good save by Richard. It's one of those nights where you don't really want to be catching shots like that. You want to just get it over the bar and get your defence back and deal with it from the corner. Which
Brentford managed to clear. Yeah. Ball played up towards Proswich, a little bit too far ahead. Davis out here.
Going back to you talking about the goalkeepers as outfielders, I mean, Oliver Davis picked that ball up 15 yards his side of the halfway line.
David Button, of course, is in a fantastic vein of form at the moment. And, he's playing 8, 9 out of 10 week in, week out at the moment, and getting in the assists in as well.
Yeah. I think that's one thing with David when fans maybe have got on his back this season about the odd kick that goes out into touch, etc. I think it's almost because he is so precise with his kicking. Rather than just put it into an area for someone to attack, he is trying to hit 4 yards from the edge of the touchline, and sometimes it will just overhit or underhit or go wrong.
His accuracy is phenomenal. I don't think you can get away with being a goalkeeper these days with just being the shot stopper, as we were saying earlier. Yeah. There's so much more you need to your game, and I don't see, even when you watch Premiership on TV, I don't see many better footballers than David Button.
No. He's very much in this modern sort of Manuel Neuer sweeper-keeper mould of...
Yeah, holding him in very high acclaim there, but Swansea breaking through here. Chance for the first goal of the game. Shot comes in just over the bar. Be disappointed he didn't hit the target there. Richard Lee will say, I had it covered.
It was an odd bit of defending from Rafa, because he stepped out as if he was just going to mop the ball up and lead a counter-attack, and then next thing you see, the ball was past him.
Yeah, it was quite static, the defending, and Swansea were on it straight away, and Henry Jones should have done better.
Is Richard going to put one of those in the back of the net like all good Sunday League keepers do?
He's kept it there for the next time the ball goes out the ground. We'll have one back quickly. He's probably got to get home, and he's probably got about 3 football conference to do with radio shows after the game. A busy man, you know.
Yeah, he is busy with his time on Richard.
He's Loveridge on the right hand side, been impressive in the first half. He's round Green this time, but checks back and got a little bit too clever there.
That's good defending by Green. Yeah. He made Loveridge make the decision, didn't go to ground, didn't make the decision for him, made him try and beat him.
He strikes me as what I call more of an old-fashioned type left back. He works hard, he's physical, good technique as well, but works hard getting down the line. Nothing fancy about Green.
No.
If he needs to be cleared, he will just clear it route one. Technically good as well, but he's old school. He's impressive. Sticks close to his men as well as he does with Loveridge. Loveridge frays it inside. It's nearly caught out Richard Lee at the near post. Richard Lee did really well not to be beaten there.
Yeah, he did well as well to palm it back out into an area where there weren't any Swansea players, because he could quite easily have just pushed that straight out. So I think it was Gore was stood basically on the penalty spot.
Lovely skills by Tabar and also by Oliki. It's played up to Proswich. Proswich, nice ball in turn out to Josh Lauren on the right hand side. Impressive for Brentford. 3 players in the box. Ball played inside. It's just gone behind Proswich. And Loveridge just comes back from an offside position there. Not a lot in it. He can't quite work it out. And they were in a promising position.
They were. They had a 3-on-4 break, and obviously with the pace they've got running direct at Brentford defence, that's always going to cause the defence problems.
Ball played into the box this time, looking for Proswich again. There's O'Shaughnessy. Plays it back to Josh Lauren. Nice ball at the edge of the box. Oliki, chance to have a shot here. He's played it wide instead. Oh, nice skills in the box, but the final ball from Courtney Senior wasn't good, and now they can break, and there's a man over here, and that is Loveridge. Loveridge has got pace. Aaron Green's got back in position well.
Ball just didn't have enough.
No.
It didn't set him free. He had to check his run and wait for the ball to catch him up. If he could have knocked that 10 or 15 yards in front of Loveridge, no one was going to catch him, and he was in one-on-one.
Nice skills again into the box. Here comes a shot, and good save by the keeper. Great work there again by Senior.
But again, two counter-attacking, 2 sides with a lot of pace up front. It's end-to-end at the moment.
It's entertaining, very entertaining. It's a great opportunity for people for the live streams, you know, particularly as May a Friday night. Don't particularly want to be going out Friday the 13th. Don't want to risk anything. Want to stay in, bolt the doors, and just see the quality that we've got here. Of course, we as fans normally just read about it, might see the highlights, but the opportunity to to actually see a live game with people talking about it as well, and you having a great knowledge of the players is a big help. And yeah, they're impressive. Here comes the corner from Brentford. It's Proswich. He's not going for a spectacular overhead kick, is he, at the edge of the box? Not got too many options there. Udamunga is Oaliki will try a shot here, and it's deflected and it's gone behind. It's Brentford's 5th corner.
So you can just see such a confidence in both sides on the ball. There's no panicking in possession, nothing like that. They're very confident, comfortable on the ball, comfortable playing in short, tight areas.
38 minutes gone, 0-0. Good corner inside. Oh, that should have been the first goal from Nick Proswich.
As a striker, you want
got to be finishing that
5 or 6 yards out. That's what you really want.
And Nick Proswich, who I think it's fair to say hasn't been a roaring success since he's been here. He's looking to get goals, and let's tell Mark Warburton, you need to put me in your squad. I'm the man to come on and get you goals late in the game, and not missing chances like that. Did well to get to it. Got ahead of his defenders.
He did well in the initial build-up, but say once you get your head on the ball that distance out, you've got to be hitting the target and at least making the keeper work.
Here's Gore, lovely run by Gore. Oh, just try to beat one man too many. He's trying to win it back, but Brentford can bring it away. Real end-to-end stuff here, Kieran. Very entertaining. Here's Senior. Senior with the impressive Raheem. Hanley goes with him. Manages to stop that attack.
No, I say both sides really are looking threatening on the break and on the counter.
Brave pass there, right past Proswich. It's what footballers do these days. Galafoko, nice touch there out onto the far side. It's now with Raheem Hanley again. Patient here from Swansea. James Loveridge once again taking on Green. Green's done well with him in this first half. He's an impressive player, Loveridge. Sheehan, edge of the box. Sheehan again looking for an opportunity to open up this Brentford defence. Oh, was that handball? They're appealing for a penalty there. Nothing given. I think it was a little bit half-hearted and hopeful.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's at such close range. I'm not sure how you can give it, but it was lovely interchange on the edge of the box between, I think it was between Gore and King over on that left-hand side.
And Sheehan's impressed as well, the number 4 for Swansea, pulling the strings in midfield. But Brentford have had a good spell. Swansea are coming more back into it. Brentford have gone closest. Now Loveridge, lovely ball down the right-hand side to Roberts. Needs a better ball into the box. Chipped inside, or the chance has gone. And it's come back in on that far side and gone wide. And that was a spurned opportunity. Coming in was Owen Jones, but just a little bit too late.
It was a lovely ball across that box by Roberts. To say, just neither of the two Swansea players attacking it could just get on the end of it.
That was nearly the first goal of the game. Ball cleared by Kingsley.
Again, so impressive Loveridge again with just a nice little ball inside Aaron Green. Not much Aaron could do 2-on-1 with the runners. Unfortunately enough that the cross just evaded Jones at the far post.
Really good quality football though. Entertaining game.
I think that the good thing for both sides out here as well is that it's a very true development squad game out. I mean, apart from Nick and Marcos, there's very few first-team appearances between any of these players. So very much a development squad game. Sometimes you can get games where, I mean, we've had games this season where people like James Tarkowski come back from injury. I mean, they still count as underage players. So you can have a back four of James Tarkowski, Alan McCormack, Tony Craig, and one other. But this really is a true development squad game played by development squad players, and they're playing very good football out here tonight. It's an entertaining game to watch.
There's Richard Lee, alert as always. Still regard Richard as possibly the quickest goalkeeper I've seen off his line for Brentford. Always very alert. And Brentford build from the back. Both teams taking chances at the back. There's no hoofing upfield. They'll take chances. They might be called out 1 or 2 times. It's led to an entertaining game. And here's Owaliki. Green making a good run on this left-hand side. Oh, lovely little disguise pass, Proswich. Out to Green. 6 players in the box for Brentford. What can Green do here? Tries to go down to the byline, but he's outthought there. That's not the best ball upfield. Somehow it's found Loveridge, and Swansea play their way out of trouble and look to break quickly.
But just going back to the point you made about mistakes, I know I haven't spoken to Ozzy on numerous occasions, and John D'Souza, the under-18s managers, they almost encourage the players to make those mistakes, because with the aim of all these boys stepping up into the first team. I mean, if this was a first team game, you'd have David Button playing it out to the centre backs, to the full backs, and they encourage the boys at under 18 level to play like the first team. And if the ball bobbles and you miscontrol it and Swansea go and score, it's almost the opinion of, so what? You'll learn from it, and you're a better player for doing it.
It's good to see Richard out there. Obviously encouraging the players, and lovely skills once again as Brentford look to break quickly. Here is Senior. Great skills by Senior. Needs to give the ball now. Not sure he's taken the right option. Still with it though. Looking for reinforcements now. Here is Green. Green looking to take them on the outside all the time. Back to Senior. Senior inside to Owaliki. It's Green once again. Gets a tough ball first time into the box. Oh, nearly got it back to Senior. Senior's got something very special about him, I think, Kieran. He was
the player of the tournament a couple of years ago when the under-16s won the Milk Cup over in Northern Ireland. He's one of the quickest players in the club, and he's one of those players who's quick without the ball and still very quick with the ball. But the one thing you'd hope, and it's one thing that obviously comes with games and comes with experience, is just that decision making and final ball. But say he's only 17, and what you can see out there is very promising right now.
There's a lot of raw talent there. Here he's on the ball again. And talk about decision making, you can see they just didn't get rid of it quickly enough. Now they've got a man over here. Oh, that was he took one for the team there, Tabar, because Loveridge, if they play the ball out to him on this right hand side, Loveridge is away.
He was in absolute acres of space over there. I think Marcos is going to get a caution for that.
And rightly so. Don't like to see Brentford players go in the box, but that was the right decision.
I think the current vogue phrase for tackles like that is a technical foul.
Yes, yeah. Here's Raheem Hanley on the left-hand side. Good ball across. Good defending by Calvert. Picked up on the far side by Jones. Brentford have got an opportunity to clear here with Calvert again. Well, we're coming up to half-time. Looks like it's going to be a goalless first half, but it's not been without opportunities, and it's been highly entertaining.
Yeah, it has been a very, very entertaining first half between two attacking sides. I mean, probably the reason it's goalless at half time is a couple of final balls, a couple of bits of decision making. But you think in the second half, especially as players get a bit tired on what looks a fairly heavy surface, you might get tired legs, might lead to a few more mistakes, and we might see the game open up even more in the latter stages.
Right. Got 46 minutes on my watch here, but we have had a couple of minutes at least for injuries now. Reverse pass there from Loveridge doesn't quite come off. Aaron Green always sticks close to his man. Managed to diffuse that. And Brentford look to break once again on that far side. Josh Laurent. They're trying to play in Clark, but again, just didn't get the ball out of his feet quickly enough there, Courtney Senior. And I mean,
if Brentford can shift it over and get a 2-on-1 against Hanley. I mean, Hanley is quick, but Clark and Senior have got bags of pace themselves, and I think that's really what Brentford want to try and do is isolate Hanley with those two and get Clark bombing on down the outside.
Oh yes. Oh, so unfortunate there for Senior. Back to Tabar. Brentford ending the half on top here. Good ball into the box. Now there's a chance once again. Senior beats his man, but tries one touch too many. Well won back by Udamanga. Oh, nice ball. Lovely ball out to the far side there to Josh Clark. Chance to cross it, needs to go past his man. Good pace for Clark and wins a corner. It's Brentford 6 of the first half. Over goes Aaron Green. Aaron Green was going to take it.
I think Aaron Green is going to take it eventually.
Yeah, they are. This is the corner no one's going to take. Green went to go over there. Obviously got the instructions not to. Now Jermaine Udamaga's going over to whip this one in. I don't think Green wanted to commit himself over there with Loveridge being the danger man here on the right-hand side.
I think that's a fairly sensible idea. And just looking as they're matched up, you'd say Brentford have the advantage height-wise in there.
That is an old-fashioned corner up in the air. That's like a real schoolboy's corner. High ball into the box. They'd be pleased with that one at Twickenham tomorrow. No one was going to be attacking that one, Kieran.
No, it doesn't matter how tall. I think even Huddersfield might have
they would have
attacking that one.
I was just thinking that. Not even the 7'4" giants up front of the Huddersfield under-21 team could have got to that. Good ball out to Aliki. Kills it beautifully. Shot comes in, edge of the box. Doesn't quite get enough on it. Back to Green. Green. Wide to Udamanga again. Good ball into the box, looking for Proswich. Good defending though by Swansea, and it's headed powerfully upfield.
I mean, the pleasing thing for Brentford looking towards the second half as the half-time whistle goes is the if they can get that time to turn on the ball 2 against 1 or 3 against 2 with them running towards goal, you think there'll be some joy in it for Brentford there.
Well, you certainly hope so. We're going to be allowed to go off and have a cup of tea now?
I think we'll have to see what Edison Shaw Ridley says.
Absolutely. We haven't heard from him. We didn't get the call whether we're allowed to go and get a cup of tea at half-time. Hopefully we will, but a very entertaining first half. Quite a decent turnout here tonight, considering it's a foul evening. Obviously, friends and relatives here of the players from both sides, and I think they've been very entertained by what they see. And more importantly, of course, all you Bees fans who are tuning in at home, I hope you've enjoyed what you've been watching here. The football's been of the highest quality.
And it has, and I say, going back looking at the crowd, it's a good opportunity for the boys as well to play in front of a bit of a stadium crowd. I mean, with 3 or 4 games every season needing to be played at the main stadium, it's a good chance for the boys to. It's another experience for a few of them, especially those of them like, say, Aaron's played a bit of Conference South football, and a few of them have played a bit of a small bit of academy or loan football, but not many of them have played in real big stadiums. And even an empty Griffin Park is still something different to what they're used to.
Under lights, in front of a few. Yeah, it's different from playing at your standard ground. Now, Sean, are you going to let us go off and have a cup of tea?
If you would like a cup of tea, then feel free to go down.
We will. We'll be back in about 7 or 8 minutes' time. Thanks for watching the first half with us.
Well, welcome back here to the second half between Brentford and Swansea City at Griffin Park. We got no goals in the first half. And Mark Bowser just joining me back after the half-time tea break.
I forgot about the shorter half times. Let's hope the second half's as good as the first. Here's Clark.
Be interesting now they've switched sides. We can really see this battle down Brentford's right between the speedsters of Hanley, Clark and Senior.
Yeah, Hanley very quick in the first half. Can't see this ending 0-0 though.
It could be famous last words, but I'd agree with you there. Don't think either side's made a change at the break either.
A lot of space here for Swansea to break forward. Nice ball out here on the right hand side. Cross comes into the box. Oh, Green misses that one. Fortunate. Loveridge couldn't get it under control. Bright start at the second half here by Swansea, Kieran.
They have started well, Swansea as well. I mean, first half both sides started lively in the first half, and it seems like Swansea have taken the early initiative here after the break.
Carsley's done wonders for the team since he's come in.
I think the biggest thing that Lee's done is he's come in and in the best way turned.
Oh, chance here, and a good save by Richard Lee. Shot came a little bit weak there from Henry Jones.
In the best possible way, he has turned the under-21s almost into a new football club. He's taken over almost as their manager, and he's really sort of instilled in them the fact that they're not. He has, as I say, he's almost like turning them into the Brentford under-21 FC. And there's a real team spirit in the dressing room. He's got them acting like a professional football side, which is a really positive thing to see.
And Dumarca was saying in the week there's lots of banter flying around in the changing room. Now good break by Hanley downfield, good ball to the far post to Henry Jones. And Lee will just stop that going out for a corner. But Swansea are looking dangerous at the start of the second half.
And Brentford haven't really been able to get on the ball. Marcos nearly loses out there.
Here's Swansea again. There's Sheehan on the overlap, so impressive in the first half, and that's an own goal there. I think it came off O'Shaughnessy last, was it, or was it Calvert?
No,
Calvert, it came off.
Deflected it past Richard. I say that all came about, especially against a side like Swansea. You can't keep giving the ball away and expect to defend it. And say Marcos lost the ball in the midfield there. Josh couldn't quite get his tackle in, and then Kenji Gore on the right hand side, left hand side had time to fly in across, which.
Yeah, I think it was a great cross came in from Sheehan in the end. The impressive number 4 just drilled it across, and there was Calvert and O'Shaughnessy there. It just came off Calvert and flicked past Richard Lee before he knew how to set himself.
And again, as we were saying in the first half, on nights like this where it's not easy for defenders to adjust their footing, Rafa sort of just stuck out a leg and couldn't really do much else other than deflect it past Richard.
Well, 3 minutes into the second half. It might only have been 3 minutes, and you shouldn't really be saying these things, but in that time you could still safely say that goal was coming.
Yes.
There'd only been 1 team in it after the break. Come out the traps faster than Kieran was coming up here with his cup of tea to get the commentary going again. How can Brentford respond?
And I say that the response will be the interesting thing, because I mean they should be confident in this side. I mean they've won their last 3. I think there's only a couple of defeats in 5 or 6. But on the flip side now, Swansea 13 unbeaten, have taken the lead in the 14th game. They obviously know how to see games of football out.
4 minutes into the second half, Swansea have just scored. Remember what we're going to be looking for from you. If you could put up on the Brentford Twitter page, that's at Brentford FC, your man of the match later on in the game, and Sean will be coming over to tell us who wins your vote. So if you could do that by the 75th minute, we would appreciate it, as they're looking to double their lead here. Swansea, good tracking back there by Josh Clark. It's away for another Swansea corner.
And just a little plug for those of you watching at home. If you go to the Brentford's official website, I believe Mark Warburton's thoughts ahead of tomorrow's tomorrow's Charlton match are up on the website now. Always interesting to get the gaffer's view ahead of the game.
Oh, great skills again into the box. He's been impressive. Kenji Gore. That's a name for the future, I think.
I believe they signed him from Man United. You can definitely see that United pedigree
quality
in there with him.
He's one for the future. There's a few names I think we'll be remembering from here tonight. Sheehan's impressed me, the number 4.
And that's one thing that I say harping back, that I know John D'Souza, who's the under-18s manager, is massive on, is that games like these are not really team games. They're individual games, because these boys are all competing to be professional footballers. They're not really competing to win this league. So I know that the under-18s judge every game on who has the best individuals, and that's how they really see a game of football. And you can see out here, especially for both sides, you look at Josh and Jermaine and Courtney, and obviously for Sheehan, for Swansea and Gore, that you've got some very good individuals out here on this pitch this evening.
Well, Senior caught the eye in the first half, as did Odamanga. And they're winning back the ball too quickly there. Shot comes in for a goal. Good touch there by Richard Lee. Just sees it around the post.
Again, stems from Brentford not holding on to that ball in the midfield.
Different game. The start of the second half, 6 minutes gone, and Brentford haven't got over the halfway line yet. You'd think Swansea, Kieran, are looking to finish off the game quite quickly here.
You definitely, I think if they can, in their mind, if they can get a second fairly soon, that puts a huge amount of pressure on Brentford. It means that Brentford will have to come out and play, and I say with Jones, Gore, and I think Loveridge on the far side, not really a side you want to be leaving too many gaps at the back against.
Here's Sheehan. Oh, good interception by Tabar, and he sees Courtney Senior free. Lovely skills once again by Senior. Lovely skills. What can he do here? This would be a fantastic goal. Can't go for goal himself. Oyeleke tries to curl it into the top right corner. A little bit too high. That deserved better. A wonderful run once again. Courtney Senior is very exciting.
He is, and it was the ease with which he did that. There was no... He was in total control, moving at the speed he was, and I say the first little move inside Hanley, and then the lovely little nutmeg, I think, on Sheehan. But again, he got to the edge of the box. I think he made the right decision there. I mean, he could have gone for goal himself, but Oyeleke had a bit of space over on the far left hand side. But I say it's early days. I mean, he's less than an hour into coming back from Wycombe, but as someone who's seen him in the under-18s, the under-21s for the last 2 or 3 years, there does seem to be a bit more purpose about him since he's come back from Wycombe. Everything, his runs, everything has a point. He's running to the edge of the box. He's really attacking players. He's looking to create all the time.
He's got a good turn of pace from a standing start as well.
Yeah.
And he can accelerate. There's Brentford just testing Swansea for the first time in the second half, but Swansea get a throw to take it quickly down the line to Owen Jones. And they've won a free kick.
I think O'Shaughnessy just climbed over the back of the Swansea player there.
And if you can't get to Charlton tomorrow, there are just a few more tickets, but if you don't want to risk going down there and being disappointed, you can make a decision to join us on Beast Player. It'll be Natalie Sawyer, myself bringing you commentary throughout the afternoon. We've got an interview with Jeremy Martin, who's called Jezza Tunnel, as Billy refers to. He's the tunnel manager here.
He has been. I've seen him wandering around in his Brentford gilet somewhere this evening.
Here's Kenji Jork, plays the ball out to the far side, but well intercepted by Green. Doesn't miss a lot. Now here's Odamanga. Good steals in the midfield. Plays it inside to Josh Laurent. Nice drop of the shoulder there by Laurent. Oyeleke. Oh, lovely turn by Odamanga. And a ball fizzed out to this right-hand side to Senior. Senior tries to beat his man, still retains control. Ball from Clark to the far post, but unfortunately in came Josh Laurent. It was just a little bit too heavy, but good skills again we're seeing in the midfield there.
Oh, it was a lovely touch by Jermaine in the midfield to not only... I mean, he managed to control the ball and shift his body weight and move the defender all in one move. It's a great little turn now. And I think you can see, especially with a few of the Brentford guys out here, the amount of work that I know that in the training ground they've got one of the futsal cages down there. They do a lot of futsal with the younger players. You can see just how comfortable the boys are in tight situations on the ball. And I know people like, I know Aaron and a few of the youth team boys will go into the futsal cage for half hour, 40 minutes after training, and just kick footballs against the wall and touch and improve things like that.
Now here goes Owen Jones. Owen Jones through good tracking back. It's not given us a back pass because it was just a little ricochet that came off Calvert. That time it didn't fly past Richard Lee into the back of the net. Good defending there by Calvert. As he's got some wheels as Owen Jones.
So he's one. He's only 17, Jones. So again, he's same age as Courtney Senior. Another one that's catching the eye tonight.
It's Henry Jones. Oliki. Now Brentford with an opportunity to break and a nice ball out to his far side. He just stumbled a little bit there before he had a chance to position himself. I think it's taken a... just thought it might have taken a nick off a Swansea player there, but it didn't. Wonder why he had to readjust himself, Josh Laurent. I think it was the best ball to him. And Swansea will look to build from the back, but Brentford have now come much more into it in the second half.
I think they were almost a touch shell shocked by the opening 5 minutes. Just couldn't get out of their own half, and then kept giving the ball away, conceded the goal. But they've definitely grown into the half as it's gone on.
56 minutes gone. Great ball down this left-hand side from the keeper, and he keeps that one in very, very well there. Kenji Gore will go for goal himself, and it's a little bit ambitious there. It's just sliced across it. Not endangering Richard Lee, about 20 yards wide in the end.
You can see what he's trying to do, just set it wide that far post and bend it back in, but he cut across it.
He went across it, yeah, should have gone. Need to wrap his foot around it if he's looking to get into the top corner. So no doubts you'll be joining us tomorrow then, Kieran.
I'm doing the Holy Trilogy of Brentford games. We've got the under-18s play Colchester at 11 o'clock at Jersey Road, Osterley tomorrow morning. So I'm going to go hot-footed straight from that down the Piccadilly line and then the South Eastern down to Charlton to hopefully join for kick-off.
Unfortunately, you don't get to see as many games as you'd like to, would you, of the first team, the way things are with you covering the development squad and the youth games?
Yeah, obviously with the youth games being played Saturday mornings, I'd say I'd probably see maybe 25 to 30 of the first team games a season. You get spells. I mean, recent weeks, the way the fixtures have worked out until the Watford game on Tuesday, I hadn't seen the first team since Rotherham. But then you get other spells where you see every game, basically. Jones can make this 2-0 for Swansea. Great save by Richard Lee. Head in his hands. He's really annoyed with himself there, Jones. Chance to kill the game off. He's still got his head in his hands. Huge chance for Swansea there. But as you were saying before half-time about Brentford keeper's been quick off their line. I mean, Richard Lee was out there in a flash, closing him down. But he should have done better, Jones, and he knows that. It's one of those where you really just want that little dink over the goalkeeper. Yeah. It's the one you never saw Ian Wright missing too many of them. Well, they've got both Jones up front. They've both missed chances, and it's a Brentford own goal, an unfortunate one of Calvert that's given Swansea the lead at the start of the second half. Brentford have had some half chances, but Swansea do look comfortable at 1-0. You have to say, Kieran, they just look. It's a matter of time before they do add that second. Yes, and I mean I can't think of too much Davies has had to do in either half, to be honest. And you say with the pace of Swansea's front three, you don't really want to be pressing late on and pushing too high up the pitch. It looks like we've substitution here. Double substitution. Double substitution by the looks of it, yeah. I think it's Jermaine. Yes, Jermaine and Aaron, I think, have gone off to be replaced by Bradley Clayton and Harry. Why just the one name Harry? I'm not sure that's how he was down on the team sheets.
Yeah. Well, it's very Brazilian. Fred. And now a Harry. Not sure why it is though. Not sure what the player. Do you know the background of the player?
No, nothing at all about him. But just thinking about Brazilian names, I'm not sure where they got with Fred for a Brazilian name, to be honest.
No.
But it looks like Harry's slotted in at centre back with Daniel O'Shaughnessy going out to the left.
And just offside there for Owen Jones this time.
And it'll be interesting with Bradley Clayton coming on. Looks like he's filling Jermaine's role just behind the striker. He's the youth team's top scorer this season. I think he's got 10 goals in 12 starts for the youth team. Scored the 97th minute equaliser for the youth team against Swansea last Saturday. Predominantly plays up front, but he's very good at just dropping off that front man into the hole and playing balls through. So it'll be interesting to see with someone like an experienced striker like Nick in front of him, whether he can get a bit of space and he can pick a pass. You hope that Nick could get on the end of it.
Here he is on the ball. He's not that tall, Bradley Clayton.
No, but he's one of those players who despite his size,
Oh, this should be two. Oh, he's missed another opportunity there as Owen Jones. Could have had a hat-trick tonight. Still danger here for Brentford with Gore. Played it back to Jones. It won't break for Swansea, and Brentford are still in this. Just the one goal behind. And here is the substitute, Bradley Clayton on the ball. Out to Oaliki on this right-hand side. Ball played into the box. It's a good one. Oh, and that was a poor control there. That's really disappointing. It'll be... It's a shame that he just couldn't get that under control, Josh Laurent.
It was a big chance.
Chance.
If he could have either killed it with his first touch or taken the shot, he wasn't more than 10 or 12 yards out with the keeper on the floor and not much else in the way of the goal.
Great skills again by Josh Sheehan at the back, and a lovely ball over the top. Just mistimed his run, Raheem Hanley. Good football by Swansea.
I say Bradley coming on currently. He's currently doing his A levels, and I think further maths is one of his A levels as well. So he's got a bit between the ears as well.
bit between the ears. I love that expression. It's Tabar coming deep. Ball's that with Calvert back to Richard Lee. Senior out to the far side. Senior going to get the return ball.
So after the pre-match rain and how the pitch looked after the first 5 minutes, it's held up very well. It hasn't really got any worse since the first 5 minutes at all.
Yeah.
In the areas that were a bit muddy to start with haven't got worse. I mean, the two penalty areas look okay as well. So it's done well, and obviously the fact it stopped raining helps.
There's Proswich, edge of the box, looking for an opportunity to shoot. Still with it, lost the ball in the end. And Hanley brings the ball away, and now they can break at pace again. Swansea on that right-hand side. Jones is in the box. They've got bodies over on this left-hand side. Ball played inside, looking for the other Jones, Henry Jones, but Oliki can bring it away.
It's a shame that if he could have just nicked it past Hanley, he was into loads of space there.
It's Raheem Hanley up to Kenji Gore. Hanley still got a lovely run into the box. Good defending by Josh Clark. Was he tangled up there appealing for a penalty? Nothing given though. A few of the Swansea supporters in front of us who come up to watch their team thought the legs were tangled up there. Nothing given.
I think there was a bit of clumsiness in there, but I'm not sure there was enough to give away a penalty.
I must say I've been very impressed with Kenji Gore and Josh Sheehan for Swansea tonight. Out of the Brentford team, Jermaine Udamanga has gone off, and Courtney Senior have been impressive. Here is Kenji Gore again on the ball. Switches to his right for what a goal! Terrific goal for Swansea. That being coming, well, he didn't get the commentator's curse for once. You normally big these players up and then they fall over their own feet. That was a fantastic finish. Just curled it past Richard Lee. He hardly saw it, and he's just saying this to his defenders. You know, not enough closing down. Cracking goal, 2-0 Swansea.
Was a lovely finish, and that's what you get with the modern trend of playing what you say is wrong-footed wingers. Gore, no interest really in going down to the line there. He just cut inside and he's on his stronger foot and a lovely finish. I mean, Richard had no chance there, and then you worry now that Brentford are going to have to come out and play against Swansea, and with the pace they've got up front, you don't really want to be leaving too many gaps at the back.
Well, in fairness, Swansea could have easily had 4, possibly even 5 in this second half. Here's Oeliki on the right-hand side. Brentford looking to respond. It, takes a double deflection, comes back off Oeliki, and it's a goal kick. And he looks extremely disappointed. And it looks very comfortable for Swansea. Don't forget, within the next 10 minutes, we'll be looking for your man of the match here. Who's impressed you? What about you tonight, Kieran? Who's been the best player for you out there in the Brentford shirt?
I think you probably can't look much further than Jermaine. Have some lovely touches out there in the middle. I think that the thing that impresses me most about Jermaine is the speed that he's able to control, the speed that he's able to move his body while also keeping total control of the ball. You saw a couple of times when he was on with the edge of the box where he was dropping a shoulder and instantly killing the ball at the same time. He doesn't lose anything by trying to almost do 2 football skills at once.
Yeah, you wouldn't think he'd be too far away from being in Mark Warburton's thoughts from what I've seen today.
And obviously Courtney as well looked impressive, and he's still out there as well.
On the far side, he's Loveridge. I haven't seen quite so much in the second half. Plays the ball back to Gore again. Will he go for his second? Plays a 1-2 to Jones. Jones with a shot, takes a deflection. Easy for Richard Lee. Can see this going on to be 3, 4 or 5 though, and that's what Brentford will be trying to stop. It's been one-way traffic this second half, Kieran.
It has, and it'll be a good test for Lee Carsley's side. I know managers often say you learn more from the side when they lose than when they win. It'll be good to see how his boys stand up in this last 20 minutes. And
it's a chance for the third ball played into the box. Good defending there by Calvert at the back. Shaughnessy plays it long, looking for Proswich, couldn't get there first. And Brentford, I think in the first half, probably had the better chances to go ahead. Header from Proswich really should have buried it.
I mean, that was the big chance. I think that was just before half time. So that goes in, you go into the break in the lead, and then it's Swansea who have to come out and play. And I say Brentford aren't lacking in pace up front with say Josh one side, and you got Courtney up there, and so I think the first goal in any football is key. But I think especially in younger age football, the first goal does tend to decide things a lot.
And there's a few Bs out there tonight. You know they're not going to be non-league footballers. There's a career ahead for them.
And I think that's the aim for at the end of the day, that's the aim for the academy, because they're realistic in the knowledge that teams like.
Great shot by Clayton. Oh, that should be one back. It will be one back for Brentford, and it is onside, and it has been given. And there's a goal there for Brentford with Josh Lauren, and Brentford are back in it.
I say, having spent the last 5 minutes saying how difficult it's going to be for Brentford, they've got one back. But I say, good poacher's play there by Josh. In the conditions, you expect the keeper to drop it. He was there, he just about managed to poke it past the keeper, and was there then to poke it home again.
Good shot initially there by Bradley Clayton. Stung the fingers of Oliver Davis.
And he'll be disappointed with that goal, definitely. He'll also be disappointed none of his defenders followed up.
Yes, yeah. There was no one there defending for Swansea at all. Perhaps a bit of complacency on their behalf now. Here's the impressive Courtney Senior. Tries to get the ball out to the far side, but it's intercepted by Connor Roberts. And a good ball down the wing to Loveridge. I haven't seen too much of him in the second half, but showing good pace here. Plays the ball in the box, looking for Jones. Well done, Josh Clark. It's a ball clear up to Oeliki, and a lovely header inside. But not the best control from the goal scorer for Brentford. But Brentford do win it back. O'Shaughnessy, and a very good ball down the line for Proswich, but no one up for Brentford. Proswich is all on his own, and he's hit that too far. That was awful.
Very heavy touch.
That was awful. Nick Proswich has got his head down, and no surprise there. He won't be getting his way back into the first team squad with touches like that.
No, unfortunately not.
Is Adam King gets the ball going. He's a very impressive Kenji Gore, one for the future. He's got Raheem Hanley on the overlap. Here is Hanley, chance to cross it into the box. Oh, there's a header, and he should have done a lot better there in space was Adam King, and that should have been 3-1, Kieran.
It should have. I think it looked like he just mistimed his jump. He was on the way down as the ball got to him, but no more than 8 or 10 yards out. Absolutely.
No one within 3 or 4 yards of him.
Free header in the centre of goal.
And a lovely ball played in, it has to be said, by Raheem Hanley. Wrapped his foot around it so that King can attack it. That was the thing. He could have had all the time in the world just to pick his spot. Just mistimed his jump, as you said.
But again, I mean, both sides looking dangerous going forward again. And Swansea got obvious threats out wide. And they've got Jones up front, but as I say, you've got Sheehan and King making those runs from the middle, joining in the attacks as well.
It's Sheehan. Kenji Gore. One back by Brentford. Good challenge comes by an Oiliki. There's Harry on the ball. It just sounds exotic, doesn't it, having one name?
It really, yeah.
We'll just call you Kieran from now on. Well, that won't sound very Brazilian, I have to say. Here is Josh Clark on the right-hand side. Good run by Josh Clark. That's a foul there, just taken down by Raheem Hanley.
I think if you had a Dino onto the end of it, I think that was well, we could go with Boaginho for yourself.
Oh, you've seen me play football. Mind you, I reckon I'd give Fred a game. Had to be possibly the worst striker in the World Cup ever.
He certainly wasn't the most liked striker in the World Cup.
Now Brentford with a chance to get back on level terms here. A poor ball play through there by Tabar, but good defending by O'Shaughnessy. Sorry, Kieran.
I think Marcos was unlucky there. Courtney Senior was the run, and he'd made the run, and I think the ball went so close to Nick Proschwitz, he thought it must have been for him, so he tried to control it. Whereas if he'd have left it, I think Senior had timed his one perfect to get in behind the Swansea backline.
Josh Laurent with a shot there, looking for his second. Hasn't lost that footballer's cheek of appealing for a corner there, where it blatantly didn't come off anything but his boot last. And Brentford do make a change, and Courtney Senior put a lot of hard work in the first half. It's just been tiring the last 10 minutes.
Replaced by
make another substitution.
Kyan Marsh-Brown, the younger brother of Keanu, who we had here for a while, a couple of seasons back.
Yeah.
He's another one, much like in the Courtney mould. He maybe not has the pace of Courtney, but very, very tricky, elusive player. And it'll be, I say, he's only a first-year scholar, so I think he's 16, Kyan. But he's not one at all who lacks confidence, and he could really relish it out there with a bit of space out there, out wide.
It's Clayton. Clayton does really well. Lovely tricks by Clayton, and they just got in the way of each other there. The more experienced Tabar wanted to take over there, and Clayton's gone, I'm having that one. He's buzzy, isn't he, Clayton?
He is.
Makes things happen. There's his first touch here for Marsh-Brown. Oh, gets the ball back nicely from O'Shaughnessy, who's just moved a little bit further forward. Here goes Jones on the right-hand side, and I think he just managed to get a touch there, Calvert.
I think he got a little toe.
A little bit of it, yes. Wasn't much of it.
No. But again, you can see just the pace.
The acceleration. They speed up into the ball, and they just try and fool you into committing yourself, and then they'll just nip the ball past you, which is a modern way of teaching, isn't it? That's that, to accelerate into the ball at the right moments. They're all quick, all the Swansea players. They're all quick.
They are. I say it's a feature of their under-18s as well. They're a good, quick side, and you look at them as a first team with people like Nathan Dyer. Obviously, Boney's now left, but when they had Boney there and Gomes and people like that, they're all quick attacking, direct footballers.
There's Clayton involved on that far side. Brentford looking to win it back, and they have done with Marsh-Brown. This is promising. Lovely run. Yeah, he doesn't lack confidence. Good challenge comes in, just about wins the ball back. And now they can break forward again on this left-hand side. Well, not the best cross there into the box, wasted by Raheem Hanley. But they just had this spell at the start of the second half where they took over the game, really, Kieran.
They did, and it looked like they could score whenever they wanted. But Brentford have really have come back into the game in the last sort of 5-10 minutes. And you look at the positions that Bradley Clayton's picking up, obviously good intelligent positions in there. You've seen a couple of very nice bits of skill from him. You've got Nick, you've got the pace out wide. Brentford are definitely not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination with about quarter of an hour of the game left.
If you're just joining us late, it's 2-1 to Swansea. Brentford got back in it with a goal just 5 minutes ago. And Swansea are not quite as dominant as they were halfway through the second half, when it just looks a matter of how many they could get. Now here's the impressive Clayton, plays the ball out to the right-hand side, asking a little bit too much of Oyeleke. I like Clayton from what I've seen of him.
Yeah, it's a big few weeks for these for the under-18s. I believe they find out about which ones of them will be offered their first professional contracts with the development squad sometime in the next month or so. So it's a big test for a few of them, and I say it's quite a big under-18s group this year. So it'll be interesting to see which ones of them do stay around, because obviously from last year's group we've had a couple. The year before that there weren't really any. So you're hopeful that, I say, we're now 4 or 5 years into the Ozzy Abanji's academy revolution, so to speak. So you think that the years that are starting to come through now are the ones that have really had some good tutelage under him. So it'd be interesting to see how they get on.
Well, there's some players we've seen starting to come through, a real testament to the setup here at Brentford. I think I'd take a chance and offer Kenji Gore a contract if he was available.
I think
just
just an off chance.
Yeah, a little off chance. We'll take a chance with him. He's one for the future, and I guess the exciting thing about watching these games is, you might be watching some Premiership superstars of the future, and you saw them at not quite grassroots level, but in the early stages of their professionals' careers.
Yeah, I'd say it's in the just wait for this free kick to
Jones whips it in. This should be the third, and it is. Swansea make the game safe, and it was the number 6, Galifuco. It was a good goal. It was inviting to be headed.
Perfect in swinging free kick.
You knew as soon as it was in the air that was going to be a goal. Great cross there by Henry Jones, who's gone close a couple of times himself tonight. But he's put one on a plate there, and it's Brentford 1, Swansea 3.
I say, just going back to the point before the free kick. I said in the last two and a half or so years that I've been watching, I've seen Diego Poye, who's played a couple of Premier League games for West Ham. I mean, Charlton are really the academy that are the blueprint in terms of getting players through. I mean, their league winning side of a couple of years ago, I think 7 or 8 of them have now gone on to play for either Charlton or other professional football. But you do see, I mean, Ben Davies at Swansea who's now at Tottenham, was part of their under-18s a couple of years ago, and a couple of the Cardiff defenders who Alex Pritchard terrorised a few weeks ago have also come through their ranks. So you do get to see good young talent coming through, and it's interesting to watch them progress. And hopefully, I say, we're watching more young talent here that will progress in the next 2 or 3 years.
Here's Josh Laurent, the goal scorer for Brentford. Not got anywhere to go, really. He's done well to get down to the byline, and he does win a corner. It's Brentford's 7th of the evening, and Brentford will need to get back on in the game quickly, you think, if they're going to change the result here today. 78 minutes gone. Brentford 1, Swansea 3. Incidentally, the referee at Charlton tomorrow, he talked about Cardiff. It's the same referee who was at Cardiff a few weeks ago. So we'll call him a lucky referee for us, because that first half against Cardiff was absolutely, sublime. 3 quality goals. It was a joy to watch. Here's Oyeleke, swings the ball away from goal, and that should be an equaliser in off the post. Sorry, not the equaliser, sorry, the second in off the post, and it's the same man again. Laurent with his second. Setting up a grandstand finish.
They are, and it's about now that I regret interviewing Josh after the game on Tuesday against QPR.
Yes, that was quite an interesting one, wasn't it?
It was. I think that I'd probably say that the QPR game Tuesday was the best I think that the side has played this year. There were some good individual performances, but overall they were just far too strong for a QPR academy that, without wishing to be too harsh,
It's QPR, you can be harsh.
Got a long way backwards since the last couple of years. I mean, they won the under-18s and under-21s league 2 years ago, and are now, I think they're struggling second bottom in both.
Yeah, they lost their chief executive today, as far
I
as I
saw.
understand. Referee just saying the throw-ins to go further back. It's interesting, you get the referee here tonight, who no one's disagreed with any of his decisions. You've forgotten he's really out there. Then you get referees in a league match who every decision they make is questioned.
I have to say that perhaps the one drawback of the under-18s and under-21s league is that the standard of refereeing is variable. I would suggest it's used. I think the referees associations use it to blood young referees, and some of them, without wishing to be too harsh, almost seem afraid to make a decision sometimes because they're refereeing football clubs they've heard of.
Yeah.
But I've got to say the referee today's been very good. I mean, no real debatable decisions he's had to make. As you say, the best comment you can make for a referee is he's anonymous.
Yeah, and that's always, as Richard Lee was saying the other night, they are the best ones. Now here's Josh Clark, onto the box. Nick Proswich leaves it for, that should be a terrific goal, and it's just put over the bar. Oh, Leakey nearly getting us back on parity.
But that's what you really want to see from Nick. Good hold-up play.
Great hold-up play, yeah.
Back to goal, bring in players running onto it.
That was destined for the top corner. Really good save by Davis. Looked like he was beaten. Ball back into the mix. There's a chance at the far post, and it's just gone wide. It's a corner. It was poked forward by Calvert. Good defending at the back.
Yeah, I think it might have been the Kingsley who just got a toe to send it around the far post, no, around the near post. Sorry. Well, far post as the viewers are watching it, the near post for us. But
yeah, we're right over the other side. 82 minutes gone. Well, cracking second half. 5 goals. Corner comes in again, but now they can break quickly with Kenji Gore plays it up to Jones. Oliki wins it back.
Good strength by Manny there.
Down to the right-hand side. This is promising from Brentford. Draws it across, and it's off the line. Off the line there. Unfortunate for Brentford. A couple of times they're thinking they've equalised.
I think it was Tabar's shot cleared by the right back Connor Roberts.
Yeah, it was Roberts. Just off the line. Didn't quite get enough on it. But got it goal bound and thought that was enough. Now, here's a man looking for a hat-trick. Laurent into the box. Good defending by Swansea.
And the other good thing about the fact it's 3-2 is that having predicted goals, we look like we know what we're talking about.
Ball into the box by Laurent. Brentford finishing strongly here, but they're going to be susceptible to the counter. Here's one of the substitutes, Alex Samuel, out to the far side. Shot comes in and it's just wide. You'll have a better view than us from the far side. Looked about 2 or 3 yards wide.
Yeah, it was close enough for Richard to extend the arm just to make sure it was going wide, but I don't think he was ever too worried it was going in.
Calvert. That's a good touch there by Laurent because he had the very impressive shear breathing down his neck.
I think games against Swansea seem to win the best out of Brentford academies in terms of goal scoring. I seem to remember there's a 5-5 draw in the under-18s a couple of years ago. There's plenty of goals in the 2 league games between the under-18s this year. Obviously 5 down at Swansea earlier this season in the under-21s.
I remember a 5-5 at Barnet in the League Cup a few seasons ago, about 15 years ago. Mind you, nothing beats a 6-6 this year.
No. Which in everything that's happened this season seems about 800 years ago.
Yes, yeah. Well, this week's been a long one. Hopefully there'll be a nice ending tomorrow at the Valley. Kenji Gore down the left-hand side to the substitute, Alex Samuel. Just trying to run the clock down a little bit. Brentford get it away with Clark, takes a deflection. Oh, he's come into the game the last 15 minutes.
He's
very strong.
He's
and
a very physical
showing.
player, and I think his fitness means he's still going at the end of the game.
Yeah, you can see Game was passing him by a little bit in the early stages, but he's really coming to his own, and a terrific shot into the, well, it looked like it was going in the top corner. Oliver Davis, don't know how he got to it. Looked like he was beaten. Really good save. Would have been a great goal as well, and a nice assist from Nick Proswich.
Yes, and obviously Manny's spent a couple of 2 or 3 loan spells down at Aldershot in the conference, so obviously the physical nature of the conference, he's stood up to that quite well. Sort of 70 or 80 games for Andy Scott's former side now.
Yes, yeah. Poor header there, just given away by Hanley. Brentford looking to punish here against Swansea. They're unfortunate not to be on level terms. Great shot by Oliki. Tabar's tried to just pass the ball into the back of the net from the scramble at a corner, and they fortunately got it away off the line through Connor Roberts. There's been one deflected as well for that original corner. Brentford have been all over Swansea the last few minutes, and there's a great challenge by O'Shaughnessy. Here's Proswich, needs to hold it up, which he's doing very well.
He's a very uncompromising defender, O'Shaughnessy. He's not afraid to put a tackle in.
Proswich does eventually give it away. Kingsley there at the back, who looked doubtful to participate in the rest of this game after a couple of minutes early on. Kieran got a nasty knock, but he's been excellent for them.
No, he's come through it quite well.
Oh, that was a good move there by Swansea, but Richard Lee, being Richard Lee, he's quick off his
line.
line. Yeah. He does read those well.
I mean, I think on the balance of the entire 90 minutes, you'd say Swansea probably have shaded it, but it wouldn't be unjust if Brentford drew this.
No, it certainly wouldn't. Great skills by Oliki. And he's like the Duracell bunny. He's going right to the end when others are flagging, and they've all done really well on a tough pitch. I mean, it was pouring down just before kickoff. It actually hasn't rained during the game, but the conditions haven't been easy. The pitch is cutting up. But I think it's led to a good game, and here is Clayton. Clayton back to goal. What can he do? Plays the ball inside. Chance for the third here. Oh, it's just gone wide, and that would have been his hat-trick. It's taken a nick on its way through, and it's a corner.
I say the viewers watching at home with the benefit of the angle from the other side probably know better than us, but that did look like it was very, very close to find that top corner. A hat-trick for Josh Lyon.
Unfortunate. I thought it was going to be bulge in the back of the net, and we'd be calling in a fantastic hat-trick. Maybe from the corner. Oliki away from goal. The bodies are up. Oh, it's come off the post almost. Again, so close.
I say the quality of delivery from set piece for both sides today has been very high.
I think that might have just nicked the outside of the post on its way through. It looks like Stephen Kingsley is... no, sorry, this time it's Adam King who's gone down. Getting the trainer coming on. So, well, I guess man of the match, probably Josh Laurent with his 2 goals. Must be in with a shout. Here comes Mr. Ridley.
Wearing not much for
a
chilly evening in West London.
He's like that. That's what techies do. They brave the cold.
Richard Lee, Courtney Senior, and Potter are leading the pack for the man of the match.
It's very impressive if Hotter's leading the
Very
pack for the man of the
impressive. Is that because you set up the technology wrong?
Are we watching the Norwich game from 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Courtney Senior, yeah, liked him. Richard Lee did make a couple of good saves. But I thought people would be going more for the outfield players.
It's interesting.
Don't want to deny Richard.
No,
don't want to deny him, but there's been some impressive performances from the youngsters out there.
Just looking through the club's official Twitter feed at Brentford FC, and quite a few Swansea fans getting in touch saying that they'd quite like to see Gore in their first team for their next league game ahead of Gomes. So
very, very impressed with Gore. We'll try and take him off your hands. I think he's a real player for the future. You can see him just making that step up to the Premiership, can't you? He's got that elusive quality. Looks very good. Now here's Marsh Brown, has he won a corner? He's showing good strength there. Looked like he might have been taken down. Brentford still on the offensive. Here's Clayton, edge of the box. He's got quick feet and he goes to the top corner, and a really good save by Oliver Davis at the near post. And Brentford are knocking on the door of the equaliser. What a really entertaining second half.
It has been a brilliant second half. We've got Richard Lee going up as well, so it must be.
Here we are, right to the death. Richard Lee going up for the corner. I wonder if he's ever done that before. He's sneaking away at the far post. There he goes. Oh, he's looking for it. The ball is cleared. And Brentford just about, they're going to be in trouble here. And this will be the end, unless Josh Clark showing his great pace there. But, this will be another goal here for Swansea. And it's a really good finish at the end by Alex Samuel.
That is no mean feat to hold your own in a foot race over 50 yards with Josh Clark.
And showing enough strength to get the shot away. Well, what a fantastic finish to this game. Brentford so near to equalising, and Swansea go on to win this 4-2. Richard Lee, we can tease him about that on Beast Player when he's next on against Bournemouth. Yeah. When you're next going up for a corner, Richard.
Had shades of David Button at Bolton about that.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I was about to say, the last time I saw this, Davis for Bolton made it safe for 3-1 with a finisher a bit further out. What a cracking second half. I tell you what, Friday night entertainment doesn't get much better than this, Kieran.
No. Especially when it's free to watch on YouTube and free entry to get in. It could be 15 quid for this in the cinema.
Absolutely, and none of it's X-rated. It's been wonderful to watch, some terrific football, and thanks to all the Swansea fans for watching it. If you've been watching it with us at all,
it's interesting to get the Swansea fans' perspective on. Obviously, we're looking at this from primarily a Brentford point of view, so we're more looking at Brentford players. But it's good to see that they're looking in and they're seeing some talent for Swansea there as well.
I've been impressed by little Sheehan as well.
I think it's 4-2 probably flatters Swansea, I'd feel. I think 3-2 might well have been a fair reflection on the game. I think 4-2 just might make it seem like it was a bit more of a comfortable evening than it was for the Swans.
A very good 15-minute spell at the start of the second half where Brentford was struggling to get into the game, but we got the goal back when we didn't really look like scoring, and we've been very unlucky not to get an equaliser. Uliki and Clayton both desperately unlucky not to score, as has Tabar. He loved his goal there. He celebrated it well, Alex Samuel, didn't he? He's got his Premiership celebration already.
It wasn't quite the knee slide, fortunately, but he was down on his knee.
He dropped to the ground, looking up to the stars, and he's been watching what the seniors do. Well, let's hope it's as exciting as this at the Valley, and let's hope the away team's 4-2 up coming into injury time. Time added on, as we should be calling it.
And with all the planned protests, if they follow through, and if we are 4-2 up, it might be this empty as well.
Yeah, that is the end of the game. Well, what cracking entertainment. It's finished. Brentford 2, Swansea 4. We hope you've enjoyed it at home. We certainly have enjoyed it here, haven't we, Richard? Richard, sorry. I'm looking up. Someone's trying to call me and it's coming up with Richard. Sorry, Kieran.
That would be quite impressive to have got off the pitch and up into the corner.
Yeah, I'm so used to being Richard as well, and I've got this call coming in. I've had to stop. Sorry, Kieran.
No, it has been a very entertaining, very entertaining evening. I'd say two good footballing sides and some individuals out there who you would expect we'd be seeing on first team pitches in the Football League and maybe even the Premier League in Swansea's case very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. In the first half, have to say, really impressed with Courtney Senior and Udomaga. Josh Laurent has got 2 goals, could have had 3. Clayton came on and impressed as well. O'Shaughnessy and Calvert thought did well at the back. Oliki came more into the game. Aaron Green was a real, what I call a real old-fashioned left back. Doesn't let your winger get too far away from you. Really good performance from all of them out there, and well done to Richard Lee as well. He's got man of the match from some of you. So we'll call it a night here, Kieran. Thanks very much. Been great fun. Great
so
fun.
Just the final thought, you can see with someone like Aaron, who's got a grounding in conference and non-league football, he's a real hard worker. But I say there's boys out there who you would expect to see in either out on loan or with Brentford, seeing them make the bench and the first team in the very near future.
Absolutely. So stick with us. The development, we may have to be able to do some commentary and streaming before the end of the season. It's a long one, but if you can't get to the Valley, as we said to you before, please join us tomorrow. We've got Natalie Sawyer. It's her first live appearance in commentary this year.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. I tell you what, you could sell that for quite a premium, couldn't you? And you're all getting that for free. So join us tomorrow from Kieran and myself from Griffin Park. What a cracking evening's entertainment. It's finished. Brentford 2, Swansea 4. Good night.